Hello, family. Welcome to another great episode of The Good Word with yours truly, Mr. Frederick. All right, family, let me get right into it today. A good message for everyone today, and it's about self love. I had a conversation kind of made me think about this. A lot of times, individuals believe that if you love the skin you're in, if you love yourself, just, in general, how God put you in this world, in every kind of way, physically, mentally, spiritually, like the whole package. Some individuals who kind of see things on a one dimensional, three-dimensional way tend to think that it's a response. It's a response to something. Like if you love yourself, you love just how God made you in some kind of way, that's a response to not being loved or by someone else, or it's a response to society's vision or view or whatever. And it's totally false. It's totally false. Self love, true self love, family, is not rooted in response to someone else's view. It has nothing to do. If that person never existed, you would still be the way you are. Now, I'm talking genuine, authentic self love, family. It's not coming from a place of response or a place of any sort of reaction to anyone else. It has nothing to do with anyone else. It's something that's gifted to you by the Lord above. And I think a lot of people they get that twisted because they think that if you do love yourself, okay, that means that you don't love individuals that maybe don't look like you or don't share your experiences or whatever. And it's just not the case. It If it was rooted in that, family, that wouldn't be genuine. That would be something that's manufactured. That would be performative. Okay, true self love is not performative. It's not something you have to force. It's something that comes natural from just, some people can develop it. I'm not saying that it's always going to be a thing that's uh, it's going to be solid and at the same percentage at every time in life. We all have low times. We all have times where doubt can seep in, where all those things can kind of infiltrate our zone. It's just natural. So don't feel like you are impenetrable and you can't get low. You can. Everyone can because life happens. We know that. But in general, you always come back to when you're rooted in the source, you'll come back to gratitude, appreciation for who you are. And it does not mean that you dislike or hate other people that aren't like you. And I wish people would get that narrative out of their heads, because when you have that narrative, really what you're saying is that you're saying that the only way you can develop that is a response. You're saying that basically other worldly individuals are controlling you and your thoughts. And that's just not the case, because it wouldn't be true. It can't be rooted in a response or reaction base and be true. True self love is just, I love me just the way God made me. Has nothing to do with anyone else. And I love other individuals that are different because we are one in the spirit. And when you are engaging in this world, a lot of times people only see things on a very surface level. So they can't get past the surface. So they always associate everything with just the surface. Oh, so you don't like people look like because you love you? No. You love everybody. You love everybody. True love. Okay? Because really what you have inside reflects to how you feel about the world and the people outside. So when you see people, especially today in the world we live in, that spew a lot of hate and anger towards individuals that look different than them, okay, they might mask it as something else, some other motive or whatever. But the true root of that is a lack of love for themselves. And it's just reflecting on how they feel and how they're projecting it on the world and others that look different than them, because they're an easy target. So they're just using this as a mask. It's not true that they really feel these. Yeah, they might really feel that way, but that's a reaction. That's a reaction and a response and a projection for how they feel about themselves. Because, family, if you truly, authentically love yourself, you have no reason to just merely by the way someone's appearance is, okay, that's different than yours, to hate them for no reason. whether it's gender, whether it's race, ethnicity, religion, occupation, education, any of these superficial things that a lot of us have no control over. You have no reason to generate that hate. It's just, where's it coming from? Because you permeate love, okay? You carry love, true love. And that's consideration, that's appreciation for just the way God made you. So I think as a society, we need to raise the frequency. We need to raise the vibration of what self-love is, okay? And understand that it has nothing to do with hating someone else that looks different than you. You can authentically love yourself, okay, just the way God made you, and love individuals that look nothing like you, that come from nowhere where you come from geographically, okay? Don't share your experiences because you're not loving in that superficial way. You're loving in a much higher level, okay? Much deeper. No one has chosen where they're born, how they look, what language they speak. Most of us don't choose these things, okay? If you find someone who did, just please let me know. You know, I'd be very amazed to meet that individual because they surely are special. So understand, family, that two things can be true. You can love yourself and the way God made you authentically and love someone that doesn't resemble you at all, okay? That's true love. And that's true appreciation. And that's true spirituality. If you want to, some people don't believe, some people are non-believers. I'm not here to teach or question anybody. As you know, this channel is all about discovery. It's all about coaching. It's all about development, as we all are in the development phase, okay? Different phases at different times in our life. So this channel is never going to be about preachy. It's never going to be about pointing fingers. It's never going to be about chastising, because true understanding is rooted in love, okay? Because you have the ability to have empathy for another individual. And that's not based on something that they can't control, okay? So I want us to understand everything that I kind of put together today and try to think a little deeper, family. Think a little deeper about who we are, what our motives are, and understanding what true love is. And hopefully, if we can all embrace it one by one and share it first, have it for yourself, okay? And if we can embody that, then we can spread that to the next person and so forth. And maybe in my idealistic view, I don't think it's really idealistic. I think it's realistic. I think it can happen. We can change the world one by one. All right, family. Again, love what you do and do what you love. Peace.